Hello, yogis. Cassidy with Marina Bay Yoga here. It is so good to be with you. And good news, I found my watch. Today's practice is going to be on the mat, close to the ground. That's why we're up close and personal, so that you can see all the intricacies. We're going to do some leg work, some thigh work, and lots of core work today. We will add in a little bit of shoulders as well. It's going to be a full body workout. And I say workout because it is yoga, but today especially, we're gonna turn up the notch a little bit and see if we can get the heart rate up, get those muscles building, really feel the strength in our bodies. The number one thing I wanna invite you to focus on today is control. One of my students recently said this, and I thought it was so interesting and so powerful. He said, I don't want to lift heavy weights until I can control my body well. Now, whether you believe that philosophy or not, whether you believe that's the right way to look at training your body, I thought it was a really interesting take on starting with the control of your own body. So today is going to be all about nice, controlled movements. So take your time, take it slow, feel the strength in your body build as we move throughout this practice. All right, I'm already on my mat, but go ahead and head to your mat and we'll get started. We're gonna begin today in a cobra or a sphinx pose. So you're gonna lay all the way down on your mat, elbows come down to the ground, legs extend long behind you. And we're just gonna settle in either here in your sphinx or hands on the ground, lifting the heart, hips pressed down, cobra. Whichever one you want to start with today, we're going to start quite activated. So go ahead and take this next few breaths to settle in. Maybe you close your eyes here in cobra or sphinx and just start to bring to the forefront of your mind your intention for this practice. If you'd like to borrow mine, today my intention is that I am open. I am open to new things. I am open to building strength. I am open. Go ahead and press all the way up to your tabletop. Hands and knees come under the ground, under you. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And we're going to start with a little cat-cow, warming up the back. Take a big inhale, lift the chest. Belly comes down. Exhale, head comes down, round out the spine. And start to move with your breath. Inhaling up. Exhale, round it out. Inhale, draw the chest forward. Exhale, round out the spine. One or two more times here. Just letting the body move. And then we're going to send the hips all the way back to child's pose. Hips come all the way down. And palms reach all the way forward. You can crawl those hands forward and allow the forehead to come down to the ground and find a little rock left and right. We're going to take the hands over towards the right side. Feel that left side body stretch. And take the hands over towards the left side. Feel that right side body stretch. Come back through center, and we're going to press all the way up into our first plank. Go ahead and tuck your toes, lift your hips, nice, long, and strong body here, pressing the shoulders towards the ceiling. Drawing the middle of the back up just a little bit, tighten through the core. And if your booty wants to lift up, see if you can bring it down just a little bit. If it wants to sag down here, see if you can lift it up just a little bit, finding that straight line parallel to the ground. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Elbows stay tight by your side, lower all the way down through your push-up and press your arms straight or keep a little bend in the elbow. Come to your cobra. Find a little rock left and right. Nice, slow and controlled. We're going to send those hips all the way back to child's pose. And press all the way forward into your plank. Body stays long and strong, pressing the hands into the mat, drawing the shoulders down, back lifts up just a little bit, tighten through the core. We've got 3 more deep breaths here. Elbows stay tight by your side, lower all the way down through your push-up, nice and slow, and press up to your cobra. Beautiful, yogis. We're gonna take that through just a few more times. Go ahead and tuck the toes, send the hips back. Whoops, I almost forgot our child's pose. We're gonna come into that child's pose before we go into our plank. And go ahead and press all the way forward, coming into your plank. Maybe your wrists are getting a little bit activated. If you want, you can find a little movement forwards and back, and then come to stillness, find 3 deep breaths. Elbows stay tight by your side, lower all the way down through your push-up. Nice, slow and steady, press the arms straight or keep a little bend in the elbow. Find your cobra. Now you're gonna get the most out of this little flow, this little mat flow, when you tighten in your plank, engaging through the glutes, through the thighs. Send the hips all the way back, child's pose. We've got 2 more rounds of these. Come all the way up to your plank. Now from here, you can be kind of lackadaisy with your knees, or you can tighten those knees, find strength with your ease, and stay with your breath. Breath moving just in and out of your nose. Spine is long. Bend the elbows lower down through your push-up and up to cobra. Beautiful control, yogis. Send the hips all the way back, child's pose. Just getting those shoulders warmed up, getting the core warmed up, getting the thighs warmed up. And go ahead and press all the way forward back to your plank. Last one like this. Find your breath. Elbows stay tight, lower down through your push-up and up to cobra. Send your hips all the way back, child's pose. Let's continue with the shoulders and the core. Come all the way back forward to your plank. And we're gonna keep the left hand down, rotate onto the sides of our feet, reach our right arm up. Right arm reaches straight up towards the ceiling. You can always bring your left knee down like a kickstand here. Or you can keep that left foot where it is. You can keep the right leg where it is, or you can find a little lift, a little hover. And then go ahead and come back to center. We're gonna go to the other side. You can see it from behind. Go ahead and press into your right hand, reach your left arm up. Take your kickstand if you'd like. Stay right here in the center. Or let that left leg start to hover, find some balance. Left side comes down. We're gonna take that push-up again, nice, controlled, lower down through your push-up and up to cobra. Send your hips all the way back, child's pose. Lips stay together, breath moves just in and out of your nose. Let the heat build. Come all the way forward to your plank. Keep the left hand down or rotate on the sides of your feet, reach that right arm up. Take the variation that feels good to you. If you've come here, right leg risen up, and you wanna go a little bit further, maybe you take your right peace fingers to that right toe and lift up a little higher. Bring that right side down and take the left side up, rotating onto the sides of your feet. Take the variation that feels good to you. Maybe that right knee comes down. Maybe your left leg comes up. Maybe you find a little deeper balance, a little deeper stretch, using your peace fingers to draw the left leg up. Left side comes down, move through your push-up and up to cobra. Send your hips all the way back, child's pose. We're focusing on nice, slow, controlled movements and really engaging the muscles every step of the way. Come back to your plank. Take your right arm up, side plank. Take the variation that feels good to your body. Keep playing if you haven't quite found what you like. Take the right side down, take the left side up. It's okay to fall. Woo! That wall helped me out. Kickstands are always available, even for teachers. Good, left side comes down. We're gonna lower down through that push-up and up to Cobra. You notice today, I did not give the option of bringing your knees down. If you'd like to, of course you can, but part of this practice is taking yourself controlled through the push-up. Send your hips all the way back, child's pose. If it doesn't feel good to move through the push-up with your knees up, of course you can bring them down. We're just using this practice today to find a little deeper edge. We've got 2 more rounds of these side planks. On your next inhale, come back up to your plank. Left side stays down, right arm reaches up. Take that right leg up, or maybe take your kickstand, finding your variation. Right side comes down, left side comes up. Honoring where you are today. Loving where you are today. Left side comes down, lower down through your push-up and up to Cobra. Send the hips all the way back, child's pose. Are we feeling warmed up yet? All right, let's go all the way back to that plank. We're gonna go back to the left side. So left side stays down, right arm reaches up. Find your plank variation. Yes, the last hold is always the longest. And right side comes down, left side comes up. Left side comes down, elbows stay tight, lower down through your push-up and up to Cobra. Send the hips all the way back, child's pose. We're gonna make our way all the way onto our bellies. And let's start to bring in the thighs just a little bit more here. We've given the shoulders some love, the core some love. We're gonna bring the arms back behind us, palms face up. Tighten through the core and start to lift your chest. Now start to tighten through the glutes, through the thighs, and start to lift your legs. Good, we're gonna stay here for a few breaths. Pointing through your toes, reaching through your fingertips, engaging the whole body. See if you can lift a little bit higher, 3 more deep breaths. And lower all the way down. Good, look left or right, or press your chin into the mat. Good, yogis. All right, let's go for it again. Ready? Tighten through the core, lift through the chest, tighten through the glutes, the thighs, and start to lift up. Press the toes away from you, press through the fingertips. Everything is engaged here. Nice deep breaths, nice big control. You should feel the control all the way through your legs, all the way through your chest. And in the midst of the control, find some ease. That low back is nice and strong, nice and lifted with the chest. And exhale, come down. Chin can rest down. You can put your head down to one side. Come back to your breath. All right, we've got 3 more rounds here. Go ahead and tighten through the core, the low back, start to lift the chest, reach through the fingers, lift the legs, Ooh, maybe your calves start to engage. Maybe they weren't needed before and now they are lit up. That's what's happening to me. If you're not feeling it, I want to invite you just to reach a little further, tighten a little bit more, engage through the whole body, and stay with your breath. Good, yogis, lower all the way down. We've got one more at our regular length and one more that's a little bit longer. When you're ready, take a big inhale and start to lift the chest, tighten through the core, tighten through the low back, lift the thighs. Good. See if you can lift a little higher on this one. Reach a little further. Find a little bit more ease with your strength. Let the corners of your lips turn up. And slowly lower all the way down. Good, yogis. We've got one more. Can anyone feel their glutes firing up? Mine are like ready to party. All right, last one, longest one. Take a big inhale and exhale, start to draw your body up. Heart lifts, legs lift, press through the fingers, press through the toes. Tighten everything just a little bit more. See if you can engage just a little bit more. Let the corners of your lips turn up. Smile just a little bigger. Breathe just a little bit more ferociously. And if you really want to have some fun, find a little rock forwards and back. And lower all the way down. Good, yogis. All right, we're going to make our way all the way onto our sits bones. I have moved my mat quite a bit. It's having too much fun. Let's get that straightened out. All right, so we're going to come onto our sits bones, sitting up nice and tall, feet planted right in front of you. We're going to come up into our boat pose. So belly is nice and tight. Again, long spine here. So we don't want to be here. We don't want to be here. Nice and tall. Hands come back behind your thighs. We're going to balance on the sits bones and take those legs up. You guys are used to these by now. Roll your shoulders back. Lift your head nice and tall, long spine. Good. You can stay here. This is option number one, and this is perfect if you'd like to stay here. Okay. Option number two, take those arms straight out and feel that strength rising even more. Option number three, take those legs straight. That's where I start to shake. Good. Option number four, take the arms up and the legs up. Okay. Take the variation that feels good for you today. There's no one right way to do yoga. It's about honoring your body and being in the moment. Being present, breathing. Good, we've got 3 more breaths here. And on your exhale, feet come down. We're gonna let those knees open and we're just gonna gently fold over our butterfly. This is gonna be our resting pose for our boat today. Bend your elbows, relax your head down just a little bit more. And we've got one more breath here and we're gonna come back to your boat variation, whichever one feels good to you. Now I'm gonna show you another option you can add on. Palms come together and you can find a gentle twist left and right. Anytime you're twisting, you wanna be extra slow, extra controlled. Controlled is the name of the game today. Controlled strength. It's harder to say than it seems like it should be. Good. Taking your variation. If you're adding the twist in, we've got 3 more on each side. Good, yogis. Come back through center. Bottom of the feet come together, knees open wide, and start to fold over. You can find a little rock here, left and right. And let's get right back into it. Knees come together. And let's go straight up into our boat pose, whichever variation feels good. This is round 3. We've got 2 more after this one. If you added in those twists and you liked them, feel free to do it again. If you want to change it up a little bit, I'm going to show you another way you can add in a little bit of thigh strength. You may remember these. You may have done them before in other types of classes. We're going to take the right leg out and hug that left knee. And then we're going to hug the right knee, take the left leg out. Just going back and forth. Good, almost like you're pedaling out a bike, nice and slow, nice and controlled, and maybe you engage through the upper thigh just a little bit more. Good, yogis, lots of options today. In the words of one of my favorite teachers, find what feels good. Oh, you can hear my voice shaking. That sweat is building, this feels good. All right, if you're here with me in your pedals, or if you are in your twist, we're gonna take 3 more on each side starting now. Good, yogis. Both feet come down to the ground, come together, knees open wide, and start to fold over that butterfly. Find a little sway, a little movement. We've got 2 more rounds. 2 more rounds of our boat pose. We do these repetitive movements specifically when we're building strength in our yoga practice to help focus in on the muscle, to help tear that muscle so that it can rebuild itself stronger. A little different than when we are just in more of a cardio practice. It's all about building strength, focusing in and building that strength. All right, let's come back up. When you're ready, find your boat pose. Again, option 1, hand behind your thighs. Option number 2, arms come straight out. Option number 3, legs go up. Option number 4, arms go up. Option number 5, you find a twist. Option number 6, you find your pedals. All right, we're just gonna have some fun here. I'm gonna show you option number 7. We're gonna find a little squeeze. Option number 7 is knees come in and away from you. These used to be called lemon squeezers when I was a mascot back in the day. And we're just gonna squeeze it in. Good. Finding whichever version lights up your soul, lights up your body, lights up your muscles today. Good, yogis, we've got 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Come all the way down, feet come together, fold over that butterfly. Stay with your breath. Remember your intention. And we've got our last one. Go ahead and bring those knees together. Choose your variation, whichever one feels good to your body today, and go ahead and come into your boat pose. I'm gonna stay right here in option number 1 for this last one, this longer one, but I wanna invite you, find your edge. Find that edge. I can't help myself. Maybe you take the legs straight, maybe you take the arms up, maybe you take your twist. Maybe you pedal it out. Maybe you squeeze it in. Good, yogis. Finding the one that feels good to you. Yours is not like anyone else's. Stay with your breath, stay with your body. Find the burn. Maybe you try them all. Maybe you try them all. And we've got 3 more breaths here. We've got 3 more breaths. And bring it all the way down. Lay flat on your mat, flat on your back. Relax it down. Palms face up, legs extend long, toes point out to the side, let your head rock left and right. Whole body relaxes down. We're going to start to slow the breath down, slow that heart rate down. We're going to take 3 inhales through the nose and 3 exhales out of the mouth. One at a time. Inhale through the nose. Open and exhale. Inhale through the nose. Open and exhale. Inhale through the nose. Open, and as you exhale, take a moment to be so proud of yourself for doing an incredible job at this practice, for giving yourself the gift of yoga. We're going to roll all the way onto our stomachs and press the hands into the ground and lift those shoulders all the way up, coming into cobra. Stretch out the belly, stretch out the thighs, and then come down onto your elbows. Draw your chin to your chest. Let a little rock left and right with your head. And as you finish this practice, right here in Sphinx, I want to invite you, eyes closed, to give yourself thanks for showing up, for giving yourself the gift of yoga, and for taking the time to find control and ease. You can make your way all the way up to your mat and go ahead and crisscross those legs. One hand comes to your heart, one to your stomach. Take a big inhale. And exhale, sigh it all out. My friends, it is an honor, a delight, and as always, an absolute joy to share this practice with you. The light in me sees the light in you. And I will see you next time for our next yoga practice. Goodbye.